Lady Victoria Gordon has passed away. She leaves behind an empty place in our hearts. Let us pause a moment and bid her farewell in silent prayer. Dear mourners, as we part, I would like to leave you with a few words to reflect upon. Words which have guided Lady Victoria throughout her life in both good and troubled times. So faith, hope, and love abide, these three, said Paul in his letter to the Corinthians. But the greatest of these is love. Now, as we are saying goodbye to Lady Victoria Gordon, let us do so with these words in mind. Amen. Adrian, my sincere condolences.
Thanks.
Your great-grandmother was a quite extraordinary woman.
Yes, she was.
Upright and of good heart.
Yeah. It's a pity I only got to know her so late.
Better late than never. You are Lady Victoria's only kin, and therefore her sole heir. You can now move into the castle and take some time to reflect, to find some peace, Adrian, and say farewell not only to your great-grandmother, but to your old life, too. If you need any help, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Father Frederick.
My condolences, Adrian.
Thanks, Doc.
How are you?
Well, this is the funeral of the last member of my family. That's it. From now on, I'm alone on God's earth. Utterly alone. I suddenly find Mordred's presence in my head a little comforting. He is part of the family, after all.
We could have our session now, if you like.
No, I'd just like to have some space right now. Can we move it to this afternoon?
How about 3 o'clock at my practice?
Okay.
See you then, Adrian.
Adrian Gordon, the last, but not the least. Or maybe he is.
What a great time to say that. But I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
That's right. You even carried your great-grandmother to her grave. You'd known hardly 3 or 4 weeks. Sorry for your sad loss. That I'm sure you'll get over very quickly. And congratulations on hitting the jackpot.
What jackpot? Do you mean the burned-down castle that I'm duty-bound to rebuild according to the will? Or do you mean my being the last in line of a family of sickos and murderers?
You call it that, but anyone else would call inheriting a magnificent estate and rising up into the nobility an incredible, real stroke of luck. But you were always good at playing the victim.
That's what you think. Any other cop would overcome his prejudices and just look at the facts.
Talking of cops, as you're now a British citizen, I'm afraid I can no longer get you deported. Let me make myself clear. The slightest hint of suspicion, and I'll have you back inside. And that's a promise.
Why do you want to keep me so close to you? Haven't you got any other friends? Why don't you go see Denise more often? That'll take the heat off a bit.
You'll soon stop talking so tough.
Have it your way. And now if you'll excuse me, Inspector, I have to go count my guest bathrooms. T.M.B. Dukes, Notary, 21 Upper Brook Street, Ipswich, Suffolk. Maybe Ralph is in his shack again. Ralph?
He isn't here.
It's me, Darren. I rescued you from the cellar. I once gave you a flute by the ruin. Do you remember?
Yes, Darren! But I broke it. I didn't mean to.
Tell me, Ralph, have you ever come across the White Lady?
I know lots of white ladies and men. They've got overalls on. They have needles and knives. They stab with them. They're evil.
And here in the woods, are there white ladies here too?
One, yes. She runs around here looking for someone. But she won't find Mr. Bubby. I hide him.
How you doing, Ralph?
Mr. Bubby has lost an eye.
How long were you locked in the cellar?
100 years.
Hi, you waiting for me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, we are. Our condolences, by the way.
Thanks. I'm Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. I'm Greg. This is Steve. So, you're the boss now, right?
It looks like it. But I still have to get used to the fact.
Okay, boss. Well, maybe the best thing is for you to start right away. In fact, Miss Antolini has forgotten to give us further instructions.
Instructions? To do with the restoration? I don't know. I haven't managed to have a good look around yet.
Sure. Then perhaps you want to get a general overview first. Well, there is a heck of a lot of building work going on.
So why don't you just get on with your work then?
No offense, sir, to the name of the Goldens, but it would be nice to know if the good lady left anything behind. I mean, apart from the building work.
You mean money-wise?
Yep.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Well, see you later then, sir. We'll wait for you in front of the castle.
So this is my new home, Blackmere Castle. A little more spacious than my college room in the prison cell, if not that much brighter. Steve, the more industrious of the two workers. Hey, Steve!
Yeah?
Why are you drilling holes into the castle?
Oh, it's simple. The foundation walls are full of water from extinguishing the fire. They sucked it up like a sponge. If we don't get the moisture out of the walls, then the whole castle will start to go moldy.
And the water just runs out of the holes? I can't believe that.
Of course not. I'm drilling the holes for these cartridges. There's liquid in them, which crystallizes in the wall and binds the water.
Oh, right. Do you work for free?
No, sir. But unlike Greg, I believe you've got enough money. You have, haven't you?
I own a castle, don't I?
Oh, of course. I was just saying. I mean, you hear all the stories nowadays about poor nobility, and the castle ain't exactly in tip-top condition.
I'm sorting it out. That's Greg. He watches Steve while he works. The castle itself is already sinister enough, but the soot on the facade makes it look like it's something out of a haunted house backdrop. I ought to get it removed. A lunchbox. I guess it belongs to Gray. There's just a large packet of toothpicks in it. Does anyone have that many gaps in the teeth? Tasty. Dried wallpaper paste. A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. I'd already discovered it before the castle fire. A massive block of... The globe is metal. I can't see a weld seam. I wonder how they got it through the door. It's a roll of damp-proof sheeting used in construction. The craftsmen should really cover the floor with it so they don't make everything filthy. I guess that's no big deal while the place is looking like it is. I'll leave it here. If I do need some of the sheeting, I'll know where to find it. In the corner, there's a richly ornamented mighty column. The weight of the castle rests on it. Stories, adventures, and fairy tales. Dickens, Defoe, Anderson, Jules Verne. All of the books here have Latin titles. Books about horses, the Gordon's hobbies. I'll put in a computer here. Shakespeare dramas, Shakespeare tragedies, Shakespeare comedies. This will be the shelf for my comic collection. Bibles and religious texts, the Encyclopedia Britannica. Someone doesn't seem to have understood what a bookshelf is for. I'd love to have a little bit of a rest. In the corner, all of the candles are burned right down. Whatever, I wasn't planning on lighting them anyway. An old mural. Looks like the Last Supper. That's the only part of the library that was damaged by the fire, fortunately. My family tree. My telephone. There's probably... As if the chaos of books wasn't enough, all the drawers have been pulled out just in case. My telephone. My family tree.
Yes?
Is this Mr. Dukes? Notary for inheritance law and whatnot?
Absolutely correct. And you are?
Gordon. Adrian Gordon.
Ah, Mr. Gordon, my condolences once again for the loss of your great-grandmother.
Thanks.
I'm assuming you still have a few questions concerning the reading of the will yesterday?
Mr. Dukes, can you tell me again what exactly is included in my inheritance?
Well, Mr. Gordon, you're the last descendant of the Gordon lineage and inherit the Black Mirror Castle estate and the one in Wales, a few hundred acres of woodland, as well as the assets in the family bank account amounting to £100, with all privileges and responsibilities.
What responsibilities?
The proper management of the woodland, adherence to hunting regulations, maintenance of the property and the garden. Sale is explicitly prohibited. At most, you can hand it over to the church. Nothing outstanding, no debts. Not a bad inheritance at all, don't you think?
I'll be in touch, Mr. Dukes.
Of course, Mr. Gordon.
Oh look, a wheelbarrow, used to transport drunken workers. Hopefully, they're supporting the unsound masonry. The door is closed. The door is closed. I've got the right key here. The door's unlocked. These are pipe. Great, an extension cable. Quick setting foam, industrial quality, particularly suited to damp areas. Ugh, it's as gloomy here as in Mordred's poor soul. I'm not going any further. I'm sure the bucket is half full of a white salt, probably for when it's icy. Huh. Why should the cellar light in Blackmare Castle work? The bucket is half full of a white salt. A power socket. But does it have an electricity supply? There's cleaning stuff. Just no one to use it. I assume that there's wine stored in these barrels. But as old as everything here is, could be vinegar by now. Ugh, it's as... I'm sure Victoria wouldn't... A stepladder. The castle's almost completely burned down. No wonder it's so filthy everywhere. What are these marks? It looks like mildew. Ugh, not that healthy. What are these marks? It looks like... The clock has stopped. Probably during the last century. Bills, 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 bank statements. Envelopes with nothing in them. Huh. Who's this one from? Città del Vaticano, Roma, Italia. It's from the Vatican. What did Victoria have to do with the Vatican? £6,000 is paid in every 3 months. Knowing the last entry is 4 months ago. And the account was virtually empty 2 weeks ago. By Valentina Antolini. Authorized by Victoria Gordon. That must have been money for the construction guys. The plinth is probably marble. Horse breeding was once a big thing here. The plinth, Maria. Ugh, what horrible things. Beats me what people think is so great about statues of naked kids with wings. Horse breeding was once a big... The plinth, there were probably pictures hanging here before. What's a tea room without a teapot? This one's being used as a flower pot. A stack of old pictures. There are some paint buckets drying up here. Boxes full of stuff.
Oh, beautiful two-handed swords. Whoever hung these weapons here had no idea what they were.
A mattress seems to be a bit... Oh, look. Green ghost lamps. Very homely. A stack of old pictures. The White Lady. What's going on here? The blood is gone, but there's a black mark just where I touched the picture. Or was it there already? No, I'd better not handle it again. This is the monitoring equipment. Shouldn't Miss Antolini have taken these away with her? Looks like I'll have to take care of it. This is Victoria's jewelry. Rings, necklaces, and earrings. This is Victoria's... There's only one other door in the passage. The door is locked. Strange, none of the keys fit. The upper floor is a heap of rubble. The left wing of the castle is really collapsed now. Why this debris was brought into the main hall of the castle and not taken outside will remain an eternal mystery to me. Amazing. The new tiles look as old as the old ones. The Gordon coat of arms. Pretty uninspiring. I'd expected a fire-breathing dragon or a griffin with bloody claws. For some reason, I'm wary of dogs. Why do I constantly have the feeling that a big monkey is sitting up there throwing barrels at me? A ladder. Who knows when it was put here? And I think this is one of the stand-ins. A bit small for having a barbecue. I think this is one of the stand-ins. Here, it goes down a few meters, and then the large surrounding garden begins. The fitting description would be wilderness. It looks even older than the castle. if that's at all possible. To say it's dilapidated would be a serious understatement. A ladder. I think this is one of the stand-ins. I wonder if there was ever a pretty maiden in this castle. Pretty tall, this greenhouse. It's more like an orangery, where lemon trees are housed over the winter. Looks like Lewis hadn't taken his job seriously for quite some time. Not exactly what you'd expect from a castle garden. The door is practically rusted solid to the frame. It's obvious that Lewis hasn't seen the inside of the greenhouse for more than 3 weeks. This is in dire need of a good tidy up. Welcome. Half of it is dried out, and the other half is rotten. What have we got here? A garden hose. That was a bucket for water. Maybe I can use it for something else. That must have been one hell of a rake. Now it's just a long wooden stick. The bottom part is broken off. A statue. Is that the White Lady? Oh God. A statue. Oh God. It's very unusual to put carpet down in a greenhouse. The gaps between the tiles haven't been cemented. The tiles here have only been placed loosely next to each other. A withered plant. It says Valeriana walrathi on the label. A withered plant. The tiles here have just been placed loosely on there. There's a trap door underneath them. So where does that lead to? Far down, in any case. It looks like an old well shaft. There's a cave. I can't reach it. An empty envelope with the Vatican crest on it. I've attached the clamps to the stick. In theory, you could now attach even more stuff to it. Excellent. I now have a sort of grappling hook. I'll need to use all my skill here, otherwise it's gonna... Got it. A black plastic case, a 10-pound note, a bottle of wine, and a notebook. Maybe it could tell me something about the owner. Aha! Here on the first page it says, Henry Stanton. What did our Henry write about then? Well, that's interesting. He appears to have been some kind of informant. At least, he recorded everything meticulously when he saw any castle residents in the tea room. 3:00 p.m. Tea time ends. Victoria forgets to close the horse again. 3:15 p.m. Bates checks the lock. Note, the key is hidden at Old Durgham Gordon. 4:00 p.m. Tea room empty. Use the opportunity. 4:30 p.m. Visit of Dr. Herman. and it goes on in the same vein. Here's a drawing of a horse. A statue. Is that the White Lady? I doubt it. She's too scantily dressed. Oh God, I see her everywhere, even though she's not there at all. Still, it's a shame she's got so dirty. Don't reckon this hole's... Gordon, let's see. Ah, this is him. Married to Lillian Gordon. Durham Gordon. Let's see. Maybe this Durham Gordon is here somewhere. Looks like there's no Durham Gordon among these. The only names are Lillian, Garmer, and Lothar Gordon. The other pictures just have the year. Lillian Gordon was Durgam's wife. Her portrait was painted in 1662. Here's one dated 1659. It could be Durgam. Can't make anything out at first glance. There's nothing unusual on the back either. This must be the portrait of Durgam Gordon. The frame is charred. The fire doesn't seem to have touched the picture. The piece of frame seems to be loose. Maybe it got broken in transit. It doesn't look like the piece just broke off accidentally. It was sawed off. What's this? There are 7 small holes here. The holes vary in depth. The toothpicks fit into the holes at different depths. Now I only have to find a way of getting them out as they are. A great idea. I'll break the toothpicks off at all the same length, and then put them in the holes in the piece of frame. That way I'll have a copy of the key. This is the horse Henry described. So, Fury, where's your... There you go. It fits. I heard a clicking sound. Ha! That's it. Whoa! There must be thousands of pounds in here. No one had better know about this. The inspector would have a field day. I'll just take a few bills with me as payment for the useful Mr. Gregg. I don't think it's such a great idea to... Wow, a really ancient letter. From Mordred's time, with a coat of arms and a seal. Looks like it was from a king. The letter is from a scribe of Pope Innocent III. It contains instructions for further procedure in terms of the incident with Mordred. Letter from the Holy Father Pope Innocent III to the faithful follower Lord Marcus Gordon, Duke of Blackmere. Esteemed Lord Marcus Gordon, I am writing in great anguish concerning the developments in the case of Mordred. My instructions regarding further modi operandi are to be carried out immediately as follows. Firstly, I demand the utmost secrecy and the sealing of all entrances to the ritual room. Furthermore, an academy will be established to conduct more thorough research into the possibilities for the 5 small portals. Concerning the large portal, all records and documentation are to be sent to the Vatican immediately, as the very foundations of Christendom would be shaken should its existence become generally known. Any talk, thoughts, or writings regarding the Shade Portal shall be deemed an act of heresy and shall be punished in accordance with the rules of the Fourth Lateran Council. Therefore, until the papal revocation to decree otherwise, the Gordons are henceforth responsible for ensuring that no one comes too close to the Shade Portal. With great faith in you and unending trust in God, I send you my apostolic blessing from the Vatican 29 Septembris 1213 on the feast day of the Holy Archangel Michael, Innocent III, formed from the earth, conceived in sin, born to be punished. Should man commit an evil act that is forbidden, a shameful act that ill behooves him, a vain act that is of no use, he shall in the end become fuel for the fire, food for the worms, and a heap of putrefaction. De miseria conditionis humanae, on the misery of the human condition. Someone has written something on the back, but the writing doesn't look as old as on the front. The menhir in the hall must be hidden. The menhirs that stand around the castle seem to be directly connected with the demon gates. I wonder if that's what Victoria was trying to tell me before she died. I should note down the location of the menhirs on my map. I'll close the safe again, just in case. It's good at least one of them. It's good at least one of them. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Adrian.
Why are the books all spread around the floor of the library?
You'll have to ask Miss Antolini about that. She'd often pick up a book. Didn't have much to do by the looks of things. Was reading all the time.
The medical equipment in Victoria's room, is it gonna be picked up at some point?
I suppose so. I bet they aren't cheap. I'm sure the diocese will come for them.
Where's this Miss Antolini got to, anyway? She wasn't even at the funeral.
What do I know? Probably back in the convent. Ask the priest. They're both back for the same team.
And you were asked to renovate the castle by her?
Correct. Headhunted us. We were working for old Murray before, for our pittance. We get twice as much here.
There's no light in the cellar.
Oh no, it's going to stay like that for the time being. The water used to put out the fire flooded the whole cellar, and there are electrical wires all over. Much too dangerous.
That one room on the upper corridor is locked.
Miss Antolini's room? Yep, she always locked it. She was scared we'd pay her a visit in the night.
How come I, as Lord of the Manor, don't have a key for it?
She probably took it with her.
Can you open the door for me?
Why? The room has already been completely renovated. I'm sure Miss Antolini will turn up in the next couple of days, or send the key back.
And if she doesn't?
I could always break it down for you.
Thanks a lot. I think that'll be enough to start with.
Yep, that looks good.
Are you gonna continue working now?
That depends. Have you got anything for me?
The kitchen looks like crap. When's it gonna be tidied up?
As soon as we get more jacks. At the moment, the roof would fall on your head if you did anything in there.
The facade could do with having the soot removed from it. I'm sure you've got a brush somewhere.
Yes, it's just... Miss Antolini said the facade wasn't that important.
Do I look like Miss Antolini?
All right, Adrian. I'll get to work.
And from now on, it's Sir Adrian.
Sounds like a telephone. Who could that be?
Hello? Oh, hello, Dr. Winterbottom. How are you?
Hello, Adrian. That's just what I wanted to ask you.
Everything's okay so far, thanks.
You're already 5 minutes late for our hypnotherapy session. I had some other appointments and really don't want to have to move them.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll be there as soon as I can.
All right. See you soon, Adrian.
There were stars right in the middle of the hole in the ground.
What kind of hole? The hole Angelina fell into?
Yeah, and when I looked around, at first I couldn't see anything, only blackness. And then I saw something in the darkness. Small, flickering points of light, until I realized that they were stars and they were shining there beneath the ground.
Well, that's a beautiful image.
They were laid out like a constellation.
Which constellation?
I don't know. Apart from Ursa Minor and Ursa Major, I don't recognize any of them.
Well, I think I do. Draw the stars for me again, Adrian. Maybe I can match them to the right constellation. Constellations generally represent mythological figures. Maybe that has some significance here. It looks a little like the Corona Borealis, the Northern Crown. But this is made up of 7 stars, not 6. The Northern Crown is also open at the top, seen from the Northern Hemisphere. So, it depends on where you're looking at it from. The Corona Australis, the Southern Crown, is open at the bottom, which could also fit here, judging from the shape. But it has more stars, namely 11, if you count the binary stars as 1. Are you sure that there's nothing missing from your drawing?
Yeah, quite sure. 6 stars. It looked exactly like that.
And I can't help you any further. I don't know of any constellation which looks like that.
Well, never mind. It may not mean anything at all.
Perhaps. But if it's important to you, then it will be revealed sooner or later, Adrian. You can be sure of that. And how are you otherwise? I mean, as the brand new lord of the manor.
Weird, I guess. Everything seems so surreal. I mean, I've spent my whole life in Boston as Darren, and now I'm here calling myself the last Gordon, and sitting all alone in a half-burned down castle full of ghosts. It's lucky the construction guys are there. Otherwise, I'd soon be getting the feeling that I was a ghost myself.
I'm still here too, Adrian. You aren't all alone. Did you have the chance to say goodbye to your great-grandmother?
Yes. That was good. She gave me a few things to take with me as I follow my destiny.
May I ask what her last words to you were?
She told me how I can find peace in my soul. I shouldn't go down the same route as my father, but go to the bitter end and start at the Menhirs.
At the Menhirs?
That's what she kept repeating. At the Menhirs, at the Menhirs. They seem incredibly important.
Then you should take note of her advice.
I'd better take the drawing with me. Perhaps I'll have some use for it.
Oh, Mr. Michaels, it's good you're here. I wanted to come and see you.
See me? Why? Has someone else been murdered?
That's not entirely clear yet, but there has been a death at your castle on your estate.
What? You're kidding, Zach.
That's something I would never do, Mr. Michaels. Please, accompany me to the castle. The inspector would like to talk to you.
I'm coming.
Here, come and look, see? That's the place. That's where Gregory was killed. But they've already taken him away.
Right by a stone skull.
There's nothing more to do here.
I take it the inspector wants to talk to me, Zach? And he's gone ahead and is waiting for me in the castle, right?
It would appear so.
Steve.
Yeah?
Can you tell me exactly how the accident happened?
The stone skull from up there hit Greg.
Yes, I thought so. But how could that happen?
I don't know. Greg was on his own out here. He was gonna clean the facade, like you said. Perhaps he took a break for a little pee, and when he was walking under the skull, bang!
I guess the ancient stone had been weakened by the fire. It just broke off. Maybe the vibrations of the drill shook the wall, and then the loose chunk simply fell down.
You can tell yourself that if you like, but if you ask me, nothing happens here just like that. This castle is jinxed, and everyone knows it. The walls are alive. When we bricked up holes, they were there again the next day. And it was just like that with the skull. It was just waiting for someone to stand under it before it fell down. That's how I see it. Please don't be offended, sir. But I don't want to be next.
What does that mean, Steve? Are you quitting?
Yeah. I'm sorry, sir, but I should have listened to my wife. She didn't want me to work here from the very beginning. Better to work for Murray without paid breaks than in the Black Mirror Castle without a head. That's what she said, and I should have.
Steve, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. And if I may give you some advice, find someone to buy the castle off you. Some rich acquaintances of yours from America. And until then, don't stand still under a stone skull.
Is this the stuff Greg wanted to use to clean the facade? It's an industrial cleaner. I've only seen as many warning notices as this on bottles of acid. And the brush. Inspector, I'm sure there are a few questions you want to ask me.
But you know, I can actually predict what your answers are gonna be. I know you, and I'm sure you'll have a watertight alibi.
Yeah, I was with Dr. Winterbottom anyway. Exactly as set out in my bail conditions. Ask your constable.
Bravo! A cast iron alibi. You see, I didn't even have to waste my breath talking to you. I'll just have a look around here in this big castle full of old works of art that must be worth a fortune. I'll find out what I need to know from wandering around this huge estate, Mr. Legacy Hunter.
That's enough. I'll have no more of your insults. I don't know what you're busy figuring out. Miserable little scum yours. I don't want to. I'm not any old castle creeper fumbling around aimlessly and who takes the blame for everything bad that happens. I am a landowner and the master of Black Mirror Castle, a powerful lord. And what are you? A small-time disgraced cop. So get out of here, now.
Okay, Adrian.
Sir Adrian Gordon to you from now on. And don't come nosing around here again until you've got a search warrant. Wow, that was long overdue. I won't take this anymore from anyone.
I'm not just anyone, I'm a Gordon. And not just any of them, I am the only one. The last of the weakling Marcus line will be the first of the mighty Mordred line.
Yeah, from now on, I'm alone in the castle. Nobody else here. At last, I can have some peace. Nobody wants anything from me. I mean, apart from my ancestor, who just wants to take ownership of my body. I better not waste any more time in finding out what Victoria meant when she said all that stuff about the Menhirs. What did I just say? Nobody wants anything from me. What's that? Oh, I guess someone rang at the front door. I think the mailman's been here. I'll have a look. A letter and the newspaper. What have we here? More mail. A letter from Murray? What does that creep want again? We will charge 100 pounds a day for as long as the hotel key has not been returned. A bill for over 500 pounds for 5 days? What, was I staying at the Willow Creek Hilton? What the? Ugh. A picture of me. That's the one I did for Murray. Ugh, he can never get enough, can he? I don't want to know what kind of dough he screwed out of the newspaper for that. Well, what does it say here? Blackmere Castle has a new lord of the manor. It has transpired that the young American Darren M., against whom the accusation of arson has yet to be proved, is the last descendant of the Gordon family. Great. Now everyone will think I've torched my inheritance. And what's even worse, that I'm rich. I'll throw the paper away. A letter addressed to me? Strange. The Guardian's third virtue is mercifulness. Just as water grows drop by drop and becomes a mighty ocean, so should every call for help be heard and find a sea of answers. Yet another one of those cryptic messages? No thanks. But I still got the hotel key. Hello, Murray.
It's always a pleasure to see you, Mr. Gordon.
Mr. Gordon. Ha! So the fact that I'm the last descendant of the famous noble family hasn't escaped you.
Indeed, the whole village is talking of nothing else.
So you will also be aware that not only does the name belong to me, but also the entire Blackmere estate.
My warmest congratulations on your wonderful inheritance, and naturally, my sincere condolences for the loss of your dear grandmother.
Great-grandmother. And you can keep your dumb pleasantries for your tourists, the last who come and stay with you. In fact, I'm thinking of turning the castle into a hotel. A veritable Gordon's Palace. Everything here you've stolen, even the name. I could sue you for that, Murray. Is that clear? And I think I might just do that.
I admit, Mr. Gordon, we may have had some little differences of opinion. But you won't forget, will you, that I have always helped you. It was I who got you out of jail, and it is also me you have to thank that you didn't freeze to death in the woods. As you were lying there, unconscious, I sent Phil to you and got him to bring you to the hotel. As a man of honor, are you going to repay that with a petty legal dispute?
Your so-called willingness to help is nothing more than a cynical maneuver. Someone has to put a stop to your game once and for all. Don't forget the photos from your cupboard that clearly prove you've been using blackmail to supplement your pocket money. You'd be finished if I made that public.
Mr. Gordon, I appeal to our friendship.
Friendship? You're nothing but a miserable parasite that gorges itself on the blood of its host. I've been your host for too long. Not anymore. I'll make sure you won't find another poor sap you can bleed dry. I'll become your parasite. How long do you think you can hold out against me, you worm? Huh? And I'll look on you as you're destroyed and take delight in your pain. And one day you'll also wake up in a cellar next to dead bodies. If you wake up at all. Have a nice life. I showed him. He who'll take care not to spoil my plans again. How easy it is. Just exert a little pressure, and the whole world buckles before you. To whom could I next teach the meaning of fear? Tom, or maybe the tattooed fellow inmate, or the amusing old wench who always runs away when she sees me. These annoyances must be eliminated right away. I wonder why I haven't asserted myself before. To live by pure hatred.
Holy crap! That doesn't sound like me at all. More like what Victoria said about Mordred when he started to change. He didn't trust anyone and became more and more hostile. Damn. I've really got to pull myself together. The constable's convertible. Equipped with regulation light and repair kit. Killed, strange, funny different castle room. And even... I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. I drew this during one of my... one of the stand-in stones. A massive block of stone. Yes, of course. They probably... I'll lay a piece of... I'll mark the position of... I've now drawn in 3 Minias. That's the 4th one. I'm still missing. It looks like the gardener is the murderer, or... Don't reckon this hole's got much more. A withered plant. A statue. Oh, God. I drew this during one of my sessions with Dr. Winterbottom. It's an approximation of the constellation I saw in my... Or is that just a coincidence? The positions of the stars are laid out more or less like the Minias on my map. Down so, if I've understood... Wow, this cleaner is really powerful. It's even removing the marble. That was painted to look like marble. The statue's actually made of, I bet it's some sort of local stone. Granite, maybe. The statue's actually made out of... I should have thought of that earlier. The statue is made out of the same stone as the other Minias. And someone, at some point, carved a statue out of it. I've marked off all 6 Minias. We'll see what I can find out with this. I drew this during... You always... Strange. So a line from the foundation stone through a menhir ends up at the hotel. There's absolutely no way I can imagine a portal being there. Maybe in the vicinity of the hotel. If you draw a line from the foundation stone through the site of the standing stone, you end up right by the academy. And there's one of these portals there. Anyway, I should check at the ruins to see if there's still an entrance there. Aimlessly wander through the woods. Aimlessly... One of the portals was here. It's been buried in the meantime, but there was one here. Perhaps that's what Victoria meant when she said entrance. I'll mark the ruins on my map. The shed has also been destroyed. Now it's even uninhabitable for Ralph. Hello, Father.
Adrian.
Miss Antolini, Victoria's nurse. What do you know about her?
She was sent by the diocese. They have very well-trained nursing staff, competent and trustworthy.
You didn't know her personally?
I know the manageress of the diocese, Mrs. Puft. She's the wife of the brother of the mayoress, Mrs. Puft, her sister-in-law.
Yeah, but you've never met Miss Antolini.
I saw her a couple of times when I visited Lady Victoria. Made a nice impression.
I'm the last Gordon. Sounds like the last Mohican. What does that actually mean to me?
My son, you don't have to remain the last one. It's up to you whether it's the end of your lineage or a new start.
So, if I should decide to become a Catholic priest, then it would pretty much be the end.
You can still think about it. Your inheritance isn't just of a spiritual kind, it's also material. There's also the Black Mirror estate to manage. Presumably also the one in Wales. A huge responsibility, but also a huge gift.
And what about your church? It was built by Marcus Gordon, so it must belong to me now, too?
The gift isn't that huge. Marcus Gordon built it, but he was also a loyal son of the church, and always gave everything back that he got from it. Warm Hill Church belongs to itself, and, of course, the people here.
Father Frederick, I found a letter here, a very old letter. Please have a good look at it.
But it's from the Vatican. From Pope Innocent III himself. Do you know how valuable this is?
You mean if I auctioned it, I'd get a few bucks for it?
Yes, a few suitcases full. But I didn't mean the material worth. Pope Innocent is regarded as the most important pope of the Middle Ages. He called out the Fourth and Fifth Crusades and formulated the foundations of the pontificate, which is still used today. If this is an original letter from Pope Innocent, then it's a very extraordinary document. A dictum of trust from the church to your family ancestors. You can be really proud of your family.
Wow, that's the first time I've heard that.
Until now, I always thought it was a rumor. But you've got it here in black and white. Your family has been personally chosen by the Pope to fulfill an important duty.
Sounds more like they were damned by it to me. It's quite obvious that this duty outgrew them pretty quickly.
We're all tested by God, and it's a challenge for every one of us. But only steadfast faith can lead us through the darkness to the light in the end.
Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.
I'll leave him in peace for now. A pile of firewood, I assume. Almost everyone here still heats with it's covered by an old pane of glasses loose. According to my map, one of the portals... What's Bobby doing there? Hey, Bobby! What are you doing there?
Hello to the Darren! It's the niece's birthday today, but I haven't got a present.
And you wanna catch her a fish?
No, I want to collect some mussels with pearls in them. I want to make a pretty pearl necklace for the niece. Yeah.
I see. Look, Bobby. Wouldn't that make a lovely present for Denise?
It's beautiful.
You can have it.
Thanks, Darren.
Those are the waders that Bobby had on. With a huge hole in them. Huh. Bobby must have ripped them when he rushed to take them off. There are 4 menhirs in the river. That could be a pointer to the portal. I can't get any closer. You're not allowed to swim in there. This is something... Not exactly the Bridge of Trust. Oh, great. I bet the portal's in the middle of the river. Ah! There are 4 menhirs in the river. There's no way I'm going... A lovely place to get... Waders, like fishing. I'm sure Zach won't mind if I borrow his repair kit. The repair kit is perfect, as if it was made to do this. Finished. Hey, where's that skinhead go? Can I ask you something briefly? Where's Spooner?
He's taking the rest of the day off. I think the accident at the castle is taking it out of him.
Poor guy. Do you have any idea where Matt went to? I didn't see him in the village.
He was in the pub yesterday, but where is he today? Don't know. You could submit a missing persons report.
In the next life, maybe. Constable, do you know what I'm doing right now? I'm looking for demonic portals. They were built here before the Holy Ghost had even dared think of Jesus.
Ah, yes. Well, happy hunting.
Goodbye, Constable. How you doing?
Wonderfully. What can I do for you, sir?
You and Denise are engaged.
Yes. Our families have been friends for generations. We spent our childhood together, and we will spend the rest of our lives together, God willing.
God willing. And you? Is that what you want?
Of course. Denise's father has already made me manager of the cafe.
Well, that's certainly a reason.
It's a huge responsibility. But waiting tables means a lot to me. It gives me great joy to serve our customers.
Let me guess. You'd rather have become a butler.
Indeed, sir. But the position in the castle was already taken. Besides, Denise's father needed a successor for his business.
You actually wanted to work in Blackmere Castle?
Yes, sir. But her ladyship chose Sally instead of me. I still don't understand why.
Sally lost her life in the fire. You should be happy you didn't get the job.
Perhaps, sir, if you say so.
I'd better be going.
Please do us the honor again soon, sir.
No, I think I should let the... Now I just need a clown's nose and some big shoes. They look exactly like... Let's see. Damn, it gets deeper here. There's something down there. Something dark. I can't make it out exactly. Some diving goggles would be good. Or something so I can see underwater without having to dive. Fits perfectly. Now the bucket has a glass bottom. Interesting. And exactly what I thought. There are some steps leading into the bottom. Unfortunately, the river has flushed tons of gravel down the steps and blocked everything up. Almost the same problem as at the academy. Finished. The bottle is now full of water, but I wouldn't drink it. I'm not gonna find any. I'll leave the bucket. A line from the menhir to the gateway ends in the middle of the woods. It's gonna be fun trying. But I think the way to the crossroads in the woods does lead in the right direction. I don't really want to roam around the woods until I've been to all the other places on my map. So, the line from the foundation stone through the greenhouse ends near a swamp. I ought to check the place out. Aimlessly wander through the woods? I've no idea where that path is. Aimlessly wander through the woods. Aimlessly wander. Aimlessly wander through the woods? No thanks. The last time I did that, I got arrested for arson and murder. I've no idea where that path leads. Before I get myself lost in the woods, I'd rather stay on. You always need a pen. Aimlessly wander through the woods? I'm possessed by Mordred, not Jesus. No. Definitely not drinking water. Murray stating his patriotism. Gordon's Palace. I wonder... Willow Creek's Museum. Hello, Doctor?
What's trouble?
It's been a while since I've had visions. Probably 3 days. What does that mean?
I'd say it means that the medication is working well. It could also be that the emotional events of the last few days have suppressed the images of the past for the time being. Either way, we're making progress.
You must have heard of the famous Gordon brothers, Marcus and Mordred.
Marcus and Mordred? No, not that I would know.
I mean the ones who built the castle. Blackmere Castle, 800 years ago.
Oh, right, them. No. What do they say about them? Have you seen them, Adrian? What did they tell you?
You really do think I'm crazy, right?
No, no. I meant in your dreams. In your dreams.
You said you knew Dr. Herman?
Yes. He was a very extraordinary man. We met each other when we were students. It was a great time. But I quickly realized that pathology wasn't really for me. Unlike Heinz, I was always much more interested in the living.
You studied pathology?
Amongst other things, yes. Are you surprised?
Not really, no. Apparently, my family had contact with the Vatican.
That's not so surprising for such an old noble family, is it?
This curse, it really exists.
Adrian, you mustn't convince yourself of that kind of thing.
I've officially lived in the castle since this morning, and we've just had our first death. A workman. That just can't be a coincidence.
Oh.
There are portals that I have to find. They're entrances to a mysterious place, which is maybe the cause of all the evil.
What makes you think that? Who told you about that?
Victoria. Just before she died.
Maybe she was delirious. Maybe she didn't know what she was talking about. Adrian, I think it's problematic to believe in a place that's supposed to be responsible for something. You're just shifting it away from yourself.
It's not a question of belief. This place is real.
Perhaps we should increase your dose from 60 to 90 milligrams. I really thought we'd made more progress.
Catch you later.
Take care.
Still closed. No matter how big my problems are, aimlessly wander through the woods? No thanks. The last time I did that, I got arrested for arson and murder. Aimlessly wander through. There's a dent in the hood. This is the car. Looks like no one's lived here. I'll pay Phil a social visit. He's been locked up down there for 3 days now. Whoa, jeez! Phil is dead. I can't tell how he died. Maybe it's my fault. Anyway, I locked him up and maybe he died from extreme hunger and thirst. But wait a second. I locked the cellar door when I left, and it was open when I came back. Someone must have been here in the meantime. No. Phil locked... It'll stay locked for now. Aimlessly wander through. So, the line from the foundation stone through the greenhouse ends near a swamp. I ought to check the place out. Aimlessly wander through the... I found Miss Valley's corpse here. Yes, right here. But there's no... Next spring, fine English cliffs. Gray, the north. An English sky that no travel brochure could ever do justice to. Aimlessly wander through. A line from the menhir to the gateway ends in the middle of the woods. It's gonna be fun trying to find the right place. But I think the way to the crossroads in the woods does lead in the right direction. Aimlessly wander through. I've no idea where that path... whole... How does Murray make... Oh, a donations box. For the bereaved, it says. Yeah, sure. And a camera, so Murray can see whether people donate from the comfort of his own home. Hi, Huh? The sign? Please don't talk to the staff. Oh, right. Strange guy. Probably not even a real cop. If they'd been available in a series back then, Samuel wouldn't have had to have bothered with all the murders. Are those plaster casts of Murray's ass? Which he's selling as dead. What does it say there? I love blood, and kill me, and what's that? Take my soul. Those are the old things from the Museum of Local History. They used to be in here. A replica of Miss Valley's burnt corpse. Oh, this... Hey, that's me. Wanted. Dangerous arsonist. The American tourist Darren Michaels is strongly suspected of committing arson. Witnesses who can supply information on the course of events on the evening of the fire are still needed. Every clue counts. All that's missing now is a bounty on my head. The Lighthouse in Miniature, hand-blown by Murray's Arts and Crafts Group. I don't really know what to find more shocking. That Murray's made replicas of Dr. Herman's severed head, or that someone has bought one of them. Who the hell buys this crap? The Gordon Chronicle was in here. The note says that it's been removed from the museum by request of the Gordon family. The system for the sound effects. The pictures are of the murder scenes. This is the lighthouse where Miss Valley was killed. That's Vic Valley. He was found dead in a stone circle 12 years. Hopefully, his sister never saw him here. Well, compliments to Murray for coming up with the idea in the first place. That's the fence that William Gordon fell on from the window. That's the back of Black Mirror. The stone circle. An old bureau. That'll be a torture. The sensational part of the music. No idea why Murray won't. My father, I never met him. Dr. Herman's... If Herman had... Various pamphlets on the river diversion, the old academy, skeletal finds, excavations, the dangers of swamps, and so on. Nothing really interesting there. All of the pamphlets were put together by this Edward guy. He seems to be really interested in history and archaeology. The river, nothing really. All of the pamphlets were put... It's got Diary of a Murderer written on it. There was a mysterious... A big wooden chest. There's a label. There is no way I'm gonna do... You'll understand. The chains and meat hooks are just for decoration. Dr. Heinz Herman's bone-sawing utensils. His colleagues are guarding Buckingham Palace, only with more fur on their hats. Just a pile of... That must be the Glance River. Madame Fortuna.
Adrian, I knew you would call again.
Who else could it be?
Pick a card.
Stop.
We have the Emperor.
Yeah, on the line. But it was in all the papers, too.
What? No. The card, Adrian. The Emperor card. You're gaining in external power and strength. You have a strong will. I see. Death.
Again.
A bear will follow you at every turn and devour you.
At every turn. What the?
Adrian, you can defeat the bear.
How can I defeat the bear?
Clear the way for the bear. Then he will let you live.
The way for the... yeah. Thanks. What a load of crap. I'll just leave him in peace. I'm not going back there voluntarily. How you doing?
Wonderfully.
Have you ever been in the local museum?
I'm very interested in museums of all kinds, especially ethnology and history, sir. But this thing here in Willow Creek really can't be described as a museum. It's much more of an omnium gatherum of unworthiness.
You've been in it?
Yes, a couple of years ago, when there were a few real exhibition pieces in it.
I'd better be going.
Please, do us the honor again.
No, I think I should. I better not go in there. I've no idea where that path... Aimlessly wander through the... So, the line from the foundation... I ought to check the place out. A line from the menhir to the gateway ends in the middle of the woods. It's gonna be fun trying to find the right place. But I think the way to the crossroads in the woods... Aimlessly wander through... Aimlessly wander... At the moment, there's nothing I need to write down. The medication that Dr. Winneman... Halo Paradox. The info on the box. I'll leave him in peace, man. Even too stony for... Hello? No one there? Yes? It's called... Or... The shed is full... The priest lives here. Hello? No one there. I'll leave him in peace, man. This is Sally's grave. Hello, Father.
Adrian.
I'd like to
My
hear...
play. Market a few years it was, but the
Right.
well, I basically
Do you know
probably,
it?
but one perhaps all
Thank you,
the-
Father. Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be.
The confession box is empty. A rain button. Fortunately, the just don't touch. Perhaps it used to be a lump. These are provisions. Ralph, are you there?
Yeah?
Phil, the guy who locked you up, is dead. Ralph, did you hear? You don't need to worry anymore. No one's gonna hurt you.
And the other one? What about him?
Which other one?
His mate? Is he dead too?
No. Who's that? Do you know his name?
Mate. Phil called him mate when he was there.
And when he wasn't there?
Tad face.
I'll leave Ralph in. The gate is locked shut. The castle looks really threatening. An empty letterbox. Is it just me, or... The castle looks really... An empty letterbox. First it was on the tree, dead branches on a dead... The cold pierces through your buttonholes. I've no idea where that... I've no idea where that... Aimlessly wander through the wood. A silent witness to the stair. Unless... There's no way I'm going... You always need a... So, the line... I ought to check the place out. A line from the Mania, and I think the way to the crossroads in the woods does lead in the right direction. A link to maybe there's a portal there. Strange. So a line, there's apps, maybe... If you, even if I... A link to the... maybe... So, I ought to check the place out. Even if I know... There's apps... maybe... A line from the... And I think the way... Aimlessly wander through the... Hello, Father.
Adrian, well...
Please have a closer look at the letter. It mentions a shade portal.
Yes, that's true. One big one and 5 small ones. But I've never heard about them before.
These 5 small ones probably mark the entrances that lead to the big one. The big one must be the shade portal that's described. Either way, I definitely think that one of the portals could be here under the church.
Under the church? But that's not... But no. That really could be possible. Samuel visited Marcus's grave back then, and what can I say? It collapsed. It's been inaccessible since then. I was very saddened by the incident. But if you think about it, that kind of thing can only collapse.
If there's a cavity underneath, bingo!
But doesn't it say in the letter that the entrances have been sealed, so that no one could ever reach the big portal? And that the Gordons must make sure that it stays that way.
Exactly. And I'm the last Gordon. After me, there's no one else to take care of it. That's why I've got to get rid of this whole thing for good. I've checked out 3 places and have found no entrance. Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be...
I hope we'll find something in the woods. If the map is correct... Quite swampy here. This must be the right place, though. No portal in sight. Oh, it must have sunk into the swamp a long time ago. Huh. That looks... There are lots of bones lying around here. Small animals. Birds, squirrels. Ugh, no idea. There are lots of... The bridge goes halfway out into the swamp, then it sinks into the ground. The ground there is quite swampy. I should be careful where I tread. The ground there is... If I trust my... Danger of death. Access to woods forbidden. Warning, hunting season. Traps and shotguns in use. Am I in the wrong film? Willow Wars? What's going on here? No landmine? A bear trap? Or the people here want to... The signs are clearly trying to dissuade me from going any further. I'm not quite sure what I can use it for, but I'm sure I'll find something. A bear trap. It's called... That's too dangerous. I couldn't be certain to find all the traps in the undergrowth at the branch. This trap is no longer dangerous, but I'm sure it's not the only one here, and I'm sure they won't all be so visible. Or the people here want to protect themselves from something. I don't actually want to know. A long branch. Great idea. I can find the traps with the metal detector before I stand on them. Then I've just got to get this thing working. It's probably been lying in the swamp for a few months. The battery and the electronics are shot. The coil must still work. It's made of copper. I could repair it. I just need a new battery and something that you can use to receive electrical signals. I know the motor well enough. 100% garbage. Only the battery might be useful. Locked. I know the motor well enough. 100% garbage. Only the battery might be useful. Locked. I know the motor well enough. Locked. Phil's bunch of... This is the car of that Okay, I'll release the hood. Hey, here's another one of those glow stickers. I'll take it. I'll take the battery. It's not even bolted in. A transistor radio. A device that can receive signals. I think this might prove useful. I'll replace the broken battery with the one from the car. Fortunately, both have the same voltage. If I replace the broken electronics with those from the radio and the antenna, here's the wire. Done it. If I've got the electronics right, then it should work. I'll go back down after. I'll test it first. It works. Excellent. Let's hope the battery lasts until I'm back out of the woods. Good. Then off we go. I'll mark the traps with the luminous stickers, so it's easier for me later. Has to be here. That's where one of the portals has to be. something moving over there? Or am I seeing ghosts? Nothing would surprise me anymore. That's one hell of a stone. I wonder if an entrance to one of the demon gates is underneath it. There's a crevice under the rock. Could be a rabbit burrow. Even more menhirs. Must be a nest somewhere around here. They're positioned exactly like the menhirs in the river. There's a crevice under the rock. Could be a rabbit burrow. I wonder if an entrance... Pretty deep, this hole. Whoa! What a shock. Wait a minute. Where did those bats come from? Must be a huge rabbit burrow. Or a huge cave with a portal. And in this case, it's only a tiny rock that's in my way. I should be able to manage it. But how? I don't know what this thing is called, but Steve has used it to drill deep holes in stone. It's big, heavy, and makes a terrible noise. Tim Taylor would say, "Ah, a real man's toy." It has a gas motor, but the gauge says the tank's empty. There's a whole load of gas cans here, all empty. That's a shame. But I'll take one with me. I may be able to fill it up somewhere. I should get some gas first before I lug that thing around with me. can't really see much, but it smells as if there could be still gas in it. I can use the hose to suck the gas out of the tank. The can is half full. That should be enough. Full. It's pretty heavy. Always wanted to do this. The stone's harder than I thought. I've drilled more than 24 holes now. It just doesn't want to break. And I've got no fuel left. It's gotten damn cold. 24 holes, all of them about half a meter deep. 24 holes, all of them about half a meter deep. There'll be a heavy frost tonight and the water will freeze. It expands, and in theory, the rock should crack. At least that's what it should do if my physics course wasn't just a waste of time. Stop. I still need something to plug the holes. Otherwise, I'll just have icicles stuck in the holes, and the stone will still be in one piece. The holes are full to the brim with water. The holes are... Perfect. The construction foam hardens when it comes into contact with moisture, and then it's quite strong. That should stop the ice from coming out of the holes. Now I've just got to wait until morning. The holes are sealed, and when the water freezes and expands, it'll crack the stone. However, the whole process will probably take the whole night. I should take a rest. What's Bobby doing here? He looks Looks very sad. Bobby? Hey, Bobby, what's up?
Tom hit me and threw me out. I don't know why.
Doesn't he do that all the time?
Not beating me.
So, why don't you go to the cops?
I've been there already. The inspector sent me away. He doesn't want to hear about it, he said. The police sent me away too. She said I shouldn't complain. And now everyone's sitting in the pub and won't let me in.
You could stay with me in the castle.
That's very nice, Darren. But I don't like the castle. I don't want to die.
Should I give you some money so you can stay in the hotel?
No, I don't want any more money. Tom always takes everything away.
Should I talk to Tom?
That's not a good idea. He wants to kill you.
But you said the inspector is in the pub.
Yes.
I'm sure he's not stupid enough to kill me in front of his eyes. Anyway, the guy's due for a beating. I can't stand by idly anymore. Look, I'll sort this out for you.
Let's hope.
Tom, calm down.
You shut your mouth. I want to know where the hell you got that necklace from.
Why should I tell you that?
That's I lent that to a friend as a deposit. It wasn't to be given away as a present. Damn it.
Friend? Since when has Bobby been your friend?
What's Bobby got to do with it, huh? What are you on about?
Keep your fingers off Denise, or you'll be in the slammer before you know it.
You stay out of this, you village Bobby.
Watch what you say, boy. I can...
What did you say about Bobby? What's he got to do with the necklace?
He gave it to me, just before, for my birthday.
What? That can't be. I'm gonna kill that idiot.
If someone's doing some murdering around here...
Then that'll be me.
What the hell is that